25 things you didn't know about Melania. In Slovenia, I was a catalog model, which is what you call a model you order out of a catalog. I have no first language. I hope I inspire little girls everywhere to marry for money. Oh, that's...
The hook is merciless. The comedy gold isn't just that Donald Trump runs the country like a reality show, it's that his marriage plays like the spin-off no one asked for. Bill Maher doesn't even need to write jokes when the cracks between Trump and Melania unfold like a bad soap opera. The awkward hand swats the icy glares the photo ops where she looks like she's being held hostage. That's not a love story, it's a hostage situation dressed in designer clothes.
And finally, new rule, someone has to ask cops. Why aren't you insulted that Donald Trump thinks so little of you that in city after city he's sending in military troops to do your job? Why doesn't that you off? And finally, new rule, Melania Trump must do what dozens of buildings around the world have done and take the Trump name off. So far, over a dozen Republican candidates tried to stop Trump and couldn't. Hillary couldn't. Never Trumpers couldn't. Mueller couldn't. Is there anyone left who can check Donald Trump? Yes, Melania.
If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Maher opens with the obvious jab: Trump has turned matrimony into yet another failing brand as awkward as Trump Steaks or Trump University. He tries to sell it as glamorous, but everyone can see it's a marketing campaign stitched together with duct tape and denial. The presidency should symbolize strength, yet America watches a first couple who can't even fake affection convincingly. Maher mines every cold glance and staged smile, each one louder than 1,000 speeches about loyalty.
Ants like Trump now? They name weapons systems after him. They've even dressed like him with the trademark suit and tie. Available exclusively at Banana Republic.
Melania Trump becomes a character in her own tragicomedy. She looks less like a partner and more like someone serving out a sentence. Maher delights in pointing out her allergic reaction to holding Trump's hand. Pulling away like his touch is a bad investment. Every public appearance turns into a meme factory where the First Lady looks like she's auditioning for the role of most reluctant spouse. It's not romance, it's performance art in quiet misery.
Every time I look at my husband, I'm reminded of the Slovenian national dish. a fat, greasy sausage filled with cheese. So, I once caught Mike Pence trying on my stilettos. Well, it's... My Secret Service codename is that poor, poor woman.
Trump, meanwhile, struts around like a man convinced his Casanova reborn, oblivious that his marriage is a cautionary tale about choosing money over happiness. He brags about power and success, but the one arena he can't fake intimacy exposes him completely. Maher hits this contrast hard: a president desperate to be adored, visibly avoided by the one person who knows him best.
That's fine for personal grief, but if it's political at all, we should acknowledge our 5 stages really are: someone on your side definitely did it. This theory I saw on the internet proves I'm right. Fuck you, you're why everything is terrible. I know you are, what am I? And please don't be the same ethnic group. Two guys eating the ass of another man. Some even talk like him now, with the crazy, over-the-top exaggerations. About our new tariff policy, Commerce Secretary Ludnick said, "These policies are the most important thing America has ever had." Yeah, take that, Emancipation Proclamation in Louisiana.
The White House has seen its share of strained marriages, but none quite like this. Maher ridicules the idea that Melania is anything other than a silent protester in a gilded cage. She's mastered the art of saying nothing while her expression says everything. Those stiff smiles and blank stares are louder than any of Trump's podium tirades. She doesn't need a tell-all, her face is the tell-all.
I'm off from following the news, and who could blame me if you did? America is now a country where, first in LA, then in Washington, D.C., and soon coming to a city near you, the new normal is troops in the streets. The exact thing we've never done here, except for true emergencies, and the thing we most don't want to become normal.
The roast targets how transactional the relationship looks. Trump parades Melania as a trophy proof of his success, but the chemistry feels more like a business merger than a marriage. He gets camera candy, she gets security and status. Together, they sell a fairy tale that collapses under minimal scrutiny. Maher thrives on this hypocrisy, reminding viewers that what they're watching isn't marriage, it's branding gone bad. The punchline sharpens when Maher points out how Melania subtly distances herself through campaigns about kindness that sound like coded messages, "Don't lump me in with him." The irony is delicious, the First Lady as the anti-Trump sharing his name but rejecting his persona.
Bill in Congress to add Trump to Mount Rushmore, because like Washington, he's a patriot, like Teddy Roosevelt, he's a renegade, and like Abraham Lincoln, he's not really helping the theater scene in Washington, D.C. Yeah, the Kennedy Center is not something I really care a lot about, but I do care that an American president doesn't see anything wrong with him personally taking it over, or that his communications director, Stephen Chung, said it was justified because Trump, quote, is a virtuoso.
Trump, blind to the iceberg ahead, beams in public like the world envies him, while Melania looks ready to calculate alimony. Maher mocks his delusion, the man who thinks every cold shoulder is just bad camera work. For someone obsessed with optics, being visibly unwanted is catastrophic. Maher skewers everything from the blood-red Christmas trees to Melania's separate travel plans, proof that America's first couple spends less time together than an Uber driver and passenger. Each skipped event feels like another exhibit in the museum of their marital misery.
Here's what happened. Remember Doge, the Elon Musk-helmed Department of Government Efficiency that brought in a teenage squad of tech geniuses to reduce the size of government and didn't even do that? Well, one of them, a 19-year-old named Big Balls, got jumped in D.C. last month by some other teenagers, one a 15-year-old girl. So Trump called out the National Guard.
Trump's vanity crashes head-on with Melania's disdain, and the fallout is pure comedy. He craves adoration like oxygen, while she withholds warmth like it's classified information. Maher highlights the irony: the man who can command armies can't convince his wife to hold his hand. The roast deepens with reminders of affair scandals and public humiliations that Melania has had to endure. Her frostiness isn't cruelty, it's exhaustion. Each headline chips away at the facade until only quiet resentment remains. The emperor who boasts of dominance can't even win affection at home, a punchline destined to outlast his politics.
He was wrong when he tweeted the night before that I was critical of all things Trump. Not true. Check the tapes. Moving Israel's embassy to Jerusalem, loved it. The border did need to be controlled. I'm glad the cops are getting their morale back. DEI had gone too far. Biological men shouldn't be playing women's sports. Europe should pay for their defense. And of course, it makes sense that Arab countries should take in Arab refugees, like the million Syrians who wound up in Germany when Saudi Arabia took none. He said to me, "You're right, they took none."
The comedy peaks when Maher compares their marriage to bad reality TV. It's The Bachelor without roses, keeping up with the Trumps without glamour. America didn't elect a power couple, it greenlit the most depressing sitcom ever made. Maher notes that Melania's silence says it all. She rarely praises, defends, or even acknowledges him outside protocol. That silence amplifies the truth: the marriage is as hollow as his promises. Her indifference is the loudest insult, and the laughs come not from absurdity but from accuracy.
Anti-feminists to say that in addition to doing everything men can do intellectually, women also have another power, the power of the ultimatum. Getting men to change their destructive ways by threatening to leave them, humiliate them, or cut them off in bed. It's a tale as old as time. In the ancient Greek play Lysistrata, women end a war by denying sex to their men. It was the original Bush doctrine.
Maher reminds viewers that history won't remember them as a power couple. Not the Kennedys, not the Obamas, just a cautionary footnote proving that money can't buy love. The image that endures isn't unity but distance. Trump can rage about fake news, but every photo of Melania's disgust tells a story he can't rewrite. For a man addicted to image, that's the ultimate defeat. Maher revels in it, the master of spin undone by his own wife's expression, a billboard of disappointment that no PR team can airbrush.
Because when Donald Trump was a little boy, someone forgot to teach him the difference between a policeman and an army man. But there is a difference. The Pentagon is not Paw Patrol, and SEAL Team 6 is not Adam 12, and we don't need to send in the Marines to pacify Shake Shack.
Maher drives the irony home. The self-proclaimed master of the deal can't negotiate a smile from his own wife. He can bully rivals and control headlines, but he can't summon affection from the person who knows him best. Melania's silence slices through Trump's narrative like the perfect punchline. The man who sells dominance looks domestically powerless. She doesn't need to roast him, her disinterest does the job. Together, they're not a love story. They're a late-night sketch that keeps writing itself.
What I'd like to do now is prove to you what a fool's errand it is to try and connect today's brand of nut who commits political murder to the other side. Take Ryan Ruth. He's the lying in the bushes weirdo who's on trial now for attempted assassination of President Trump, and he's representing himself. Always a great strategy, right up there with doing your own dentistry. He started his courtroom presentation by saying, "Why are we here? Is it not to care for one another and to hold one another? Because nothing says care for one another like pointing a gun at someone's head while they're golfing."
And the comedy never dies because the evidence never stops. Every hand swat, every fake smile, every cold glare replays eternally proof that the supposed fairy tale was always a farce. Maher sums it up: history won't remember them as icons of love, but as an awkward duo trapped in a spotlight too harsh for their act. Trump's obsession with control meets the one thing he can't manipulate: Melania's face. No gold-plated tower can hide that indifference. For a man who built an empire on illusion, his marriage remains the unfixable glitch in the brand. It's tragic for him, hilarious for everyone else, and devastatingly funny in Bill Maher's hands.